Yes. Tasya prajna pratishthita. Like a tortoise, like he withdraws his limbs, he withdraws his senses from sense objects. This is the first this thing, and then Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. When one is fasting, at the time also, he may be withdrawing his senses, but it is not like that. He says that he does not have any desire for sense objects because he got the higher taste. Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So he has a higher taste. He has taste of taste of bhakti, taste of union with the Lord. So what he does is not like what others are doing by forcibly controlling their senses somehow or other. It will not work. See, I have a friend, he used to put no smoking. He will follow for 1 day, 2 days and this thing, but again he gives up because they don't have higher taste. Then slowly he's gone completely. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha. Controlling the senses without higher engagement will not work because mind can cause sensation in the senses and it will take away. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha. See, he said yukta asita matparaha, become my conscious, that person. Vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Who's my conscious, who's in touch with me, that person can control the senses. By simply trying to artificially control, it will not work. Whoever got the higher taste, they can control. And then the whole process is explained about the other person, why he will not be able to control. Those who try artificially, they will not be able to control without higher engagement. Here, the whole cycle is explained. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate. Dhyayate vishayan pumsaha. Dhyayate, contemplating on sense objects. The whole thing starts from there. Contemplating on the sense object. Sangasteshu pajayate. He gets attachment. From attachment, sangat sanjayate kamaha. From attachment, lust. Kamat krodho vijayate. From kama, krodha will come. Because I told either satisfied, unsatisfied, kama, lust will lead to krodha. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha sammoha smruti vibhramaha smruti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. From krodha, bewilderment there. From bewilderment, one loses memory. From loss of memory, ultimately loss of determination. From losing determination, one again falls into the cycle of birth and death. So artificially trying to control senses may work for a little time, but it will ultimately not work without developing the higher taste. So in the entire thing, not exactly how he remains still, not exactly withdrawing like tortoise. That is there as an analogy. But he can control Vashehi Yashendriyani because he is Matparaha. He is Krishna conscious. Because he has Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartante. He has the higher taste. Yeah. Now, how will he engage senses? This is where the chapter ends. Ragadvesha vimuktaistu Vishayan indriyaischharan Atmavasher videyatma Prasadham adhigacchati. By getting rid of raga and dvesha, ultimately he gets, his mind comes to, mind becomes pure. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirashyopajayate. When the mind becomes peaceful, like all distress is gone. As soon as we take prasadam, everything is all right. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirashyopajayate. Prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhi paryavatishtate. Like then he will be able to concentrate on Atma. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantir ashantasya kutas sukham. But the person who does not have controlled mind, his intelligence is not fixed, and then there's no contemplation on Atma. For that person, there's no peace and there is no question of bliss. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nu vidhiyate tadasya harati pragnam vayurnavamivambhasi. So even one sense can drag the mind and can drag the intelligence, and then there is a possibility of danger on even the royal road, as Srila Prabhupada says. Tasmadasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasaha indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthita. One should completely restrict the senses and subjects by fixing the mind on Krishna. It is not that he will not do any activity. Ultimately, the point that is telling that, O mighty armed one, Krishna is telling Mahabahu, you should do your duty, but in this state, by remembering me. Mahamanusmara yudhyacha. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyato mune. So what is day is night for Sthita Prajna. What is night for Sthita Prajna is day for all, because he is alert, awake in self-realization. So that is night for him, when he, for him, a self-realized person, what is night is activity for people, and vice versa. There are many different ways this verse is explained. This same concept will come again and again. We will discuss. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samotramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve shashanti mapnoti na kama kami. Just as the rivers enter the ocean which has fixed banks and is never quite full, so the object of enjoyment enter into the Sthita Prajna, but he remains peaceful. This is not so for the desire of those objects, so he becomes peaceful. Vihaya kaman yas sarvan umam sarati nispruhaha nirmamo nirahamkara sashanti madhigachyati. The question is, how will he engage his senses? This is the last point. Devoid of possessiveness and false identity, nirmamo nirahankara, he gets to that stage, attains the peace, and then that is the platform of Brahmabhuta stage. Yesha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimuhyati stitva syamanta kalepi brahma nirvana mruchati. Even if one attains this stage, the last time, this Brahmi Sthiti, Brahmabhuta platform, he will go to get Brahma Nirvana. What to speak of those people, who gets in their youth, who becomes conscious of Krishna and do their activities in union with the Lord. they will attain definitely Brahma Nirvana. They're getting a yeah. He stops there. Some say here, he's talking about God realization is Brahman realization, Paramatma realization. Anyway, these details will come later. The Brahma Nirvanam concept again is taken in 5th canto. We will discuss there. On Prabhu, are you ready? We'll have a break, small break now, or continue. We have one more chapter to do for the day, 3rd chapter. Yes.